Hello everyone, this is Zeeebo and welcome to this AFK journey video. So in this AFK journey video, we're going to break down Cyran's PvP teams or some of the team combos and synergies that are really good with Cyran that you can run in your own account. So first of all, before we start, I'll say that Cyran is a character that is a power up to teams that are really fast and really good, because this unit fundamentally relies on the EX weapon skill level 10 to give you the advantage in terms of a rush battle. So this unit is definitely better in faster teams because this 8 seconds of silence is pretty much more than sufficient to allow you to rush down the opponent in most cases if your team has that rush power. So ideally, I usually want to run Cyran in a fast-paced rush team over a slow one because his damage output is not the best, and even though he does have the gravitic recurve right here, this is technically not a stun which could actually control the enemy. It just reposition them and pull them away. So there are a lot of meta teams in the game right now that sort of has really long range, so this skill doesn't affect them that much, and ideally I use Cyran usually as a rush unit or as a combo piece to rush down the opponent faster. So in today's video, we'll talk about the different teams, the different synergies, as well as showcase the combos itself. So let's go into battle. Okay, so let's take on this guy. Okay, so my favorite friend over here. So first of all, right, Eironn, Ulmus, Brian team still works with Cyran obviously. So this team basically has the rush power to quickly burst down the enemy before they're able to do anything. So the core of the team, right, let me break it down. Let me break down the core of the team. So I'll say these 3 units, they will be the core of the team because you need the Eironn pull, you need the Ulmus EX weapon for the control, so you root the enemy in place, and then Cyran's job in the team is to prevent the opponent from either healing up or using the confining spell to slow you down. Right, so for the other units, ideally I usually go with Eironn, Ulmus, Ardent with regards to this combo, because Eironn, Ulmus and Ardent has AoE, has control, has a little bit of everything, and they're just really good together. And then if the opponent's team has a Lily May, then you need a unit that can give you that Lily May bit, right? Either a Niru or either a Brian, right? So for this case, I'll put in a Brian to give me more factional bonus. Okay, so this is ideally what your Cyran wants to do. Silence everyone, control the backmost unit, prevent the enemy from stopping you with confining spell, for example, or whatever artifact that they want to use. And then in this team, Cyran additionally also has the repositioning ability to also synergize with Brian's root, or rather Ulmus root. So this is where that control comes in to give you that synergy with other units as well, while having that rush power. So this is team idea number 1 ideally, okay, in terms of the units you want to use. So this is one team which I think Cyran is really strong in. So this is the very solid Eironn Ulmus rush com with Cyran combo. So this is team number 1. Okay, so the next team would be one with Bonnie as well as Cyran. So for Bonnie and Cyran's case, I think any team that Bonnie goes into can have a Cyran in it if you have the factional synergy as well as the other unit synergy to build up the team, because Bonnie just makes Cyran a lot better, and Cyran also makes Bonnie's rush potential a lot more potent. At the same time, if you're running a Cyran together with a Bonnie or other core units, Cyran's initial energy at the start of battle can be used as a Lily May bait as well, because he gains initial energy from the ultimate as well as the EX weapon skill over here. So these are the different things that Cyran can do for the team together with Bonnie. So in Bonnie's combo kit, you have Cetrana-Bonnie, you have Tarsi-Bonnie with Talin with Stormstrike, you have Lawson-Bonnie Stormstrike as well. So there are a lot of burst comms that Cyran can do really well with Bonnie. So that's where you want to put Lawson or whatever units together with Bonnie for the quick burst and the heals and stuff. So right here, we're going to do Tarsi Damien with Bonnie and Talin. So Talin will give that fire onto my Tarsi to burn the enemy down. And in this case, we'll use Confining Spell. So this is where we want to silence the opponent's backline as well as their artifact, and then have all our units burst them down ASAP. So this is the team. So other units like Lawson, other units like, for example, Lily May, units that are really good at sniping, at disrupting the enemy to combo down the opponent is also valuable. So let's start the battle. Okay, then we're going to showcase the results. So end of the day, the combo would be Bonnie together with Cyran. And then whatever Bonnie teams that you can slot Cyran in, you throw Cyran into the team itself. So right here we can see Cyran being a Lily May bait. So in this case, Cyran is not used as a core unit. Cyran is used as a supporting cast for the other units to carry you in battle. So we have Tasi, we have Bonnie, we have Taylin in this case to be the secondary carry right here. So this is one of the teams you can use with Cyran. So Assassin teams also work with Cyran, but after much testing, I think Assassin team right now is only decently strong in the PvP side, which I can showcase here as well. Yeah, snipe down that Bonnie before the Bonnie is able to do anything. So Sylvina, since we have the light barrel tag right here, we can slot in our teams with other units. So another good unit to bait out Lily May is Hugin. So Hugin also has that initial energy advantage for Hugin to cast the ultimate first. So depending on how much you value your Cyran's ultimate or Hugin's ultimate, you can use either of them to be the Lily May bait, or you can just use Nero if you have Nero built up, or Brian, right? But in this case, because we're using Graveborn and our Light Bearer, so I think I can definitely use Nero to bait out the thing, and then we put in a frontliner here. Probably Torrent. Yeah, so Torrent to balance out the things. Okay, so do I want a Ludovic instead? I think Nero is fine to bait out the Lime so that other units can cast their skills. So for this one, we will rush the battle down with Enlightening. So without further ado, let's start the battle. So another thing about Cyran in PvP is that Cyran's insanely good against all the at the start of battle buffing artifacts. So you can definitely try to run Cyran against all the Enlightening buff teams in general to shut them down and then bring them down from there. So that's how I'll recommend you use Cyrans in terms of the PvP side. Okay, so on the Supreme Arena side, this is where Cyran shines quite a bit, because whatever teams that were mentioned earlier, your Eironn, Ulmus, Burst, together with Arden, as well as your Bonnie teams, as well as your Bonnie S.Arena combos, they all work with Cyran in the Supreme Arena side, provided you can form the team. But what makes Cyran really game-changing in the Supreme Arena side is that Supreme Arena uses the seasonal artifacts, right? Which, number one, they are higher on levels. Number two, they have some insane abilities. So being able to shut them down is really insane. And Cyran is actually one of the best counters to a really popular meta artifact, which is the Storm Strike spell right here. Because Storm Strike spell wants to finish the battle super duper fast, right? So you lower the HP of your enemies and then you burst them down with the Storm Strike ability. But if Cyran is able to silence the Storm Strike spell for 8 seconds and then you yourself strike the opponent down before they do anything, you will be able to win the Supreme Arena side. So other than all the good teams I suggested, you can put Cyran with your Celestial teams in general, your Assassin teams that is able to quickly burst down the enemy. And as I mentioned earlier, Cyran is a lot better being in a fast team compared to a slow team, because ideally you want to abuse that 8 seconds of artifact silence that he's able to provide for your team. So that will be the idea for the Supreme Arena side in terms of team building. So right here we'll showcase the power of Cyran shutting down the Storm Strike spell. So right here, this ability is shut down, and then we are able to use our own Storm Strike spell to strike down the enemy right before their combo is able to come online. So this is one of the biggest strengths of Cyran in the Supreme Arena side, and this is probably one of the most like solid team right now. So Cyran being able to counter one of the most solid team is definitely nothing to be scoffed at. And that's pretty much it for this video. Okay, let me know what you feel about Cyran so far. Personally, I think this unit is not a superb defensive unit, but very powerful offensive one, and there are a lot of teams and tech synergies that you can slot him into to win you the battles itself. So I'll see you guys again in my next video. Bye guys.